Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 99 Days Live Coaching. And today is our episode 33. Wow, okay. So, if you are watching me live right now, let me know which country are you from. If you're from Malaysia, send me some likes. If you're from Singapore, just send me some love, okay? If you happen to from other countries, just hit on any button as you like, right? So today I'm going to talk about, the topic about mental health and how are you going to support a friend of yours or even a family members of yours when this person, I mean your loved one, is actually struggling with the mental health itself, right? So we all actually, I mean, every one of us, we go through tough times and people help us to go through them. Other times we have been worried about other people's mental health as well. So whether they are friend, family members, or there are many ways to actually support somebody you actually care about, right? So without further ado, today I'm going to share with you about three three things, three do's and three don'ts, um, when you actually supporting someone you know who is actually struggling with their mental health itself, right? So the first do is that, do listen and validate. It means be curious about what is your friend is struggling with and how it is impacting them. Instead of asking yes or no question, try to ask open questions. Example, what is going on? Or, how long have you been experiencing this? Or how are you coping? So when they respond, use validating statements that will help them to feel you are listening to them and accepted just as they are. Many people struggle with their mental health may often blame or judge themselves about what they are going through. Some may even feel that their struggles are not valid because they are all in their head itself, right? So even if you cannot completely understand or relate to their feelings or experience, right? You want to communicate with your loved one that they are perfectly okay, right? So the second do is that do ask what they need from you. Instead of making assumptions about what would be helpful to your loved one, ask them directly, how can I support you? What would be helpful to you right now? Remember, support looks different for everyone, and what you may need when you're struggling may not be what someone else needs when they're actually having a hard time, right? So for example, when I'm having a hard time, I don't really go to people and you know, I don't really ask I don't straight away ask for help in a way, right? So this is me and everyone is actually different. And the third one is do offer to help everyday tasks. This means, a lot of people who struggle with their mental health may find it incredibly difficult to make a basic decisions or even, perform a seemingly small chores itself, right? House chores. Instead of using generic phrase like I'm here when you need me, so you can try to be more specific, you see, about what you are going to or willing to offer to your friend itself. So if example, if you are going to visit them or yeah, take a look around and see what they could use assistance with. Example, like do some dishes for them or even folding the laundry and so on for them. And if you are talk to them also, do offer to take them for their treatment or doctor's appointment or even do a grocery run for them. You might also consider sending them some gift card for their meals itself, right? Yeah. And let's move on to the three don'ts right now. So the first don't is don't compare their experience with others. Everyone's experience with mental health struggles and mental health illnesses are totally different. In the midst of trying to make, to make your loved one feel better, you may be tempted to tell them, example, well, everyone's actually deal with anxiety and depression sometimes. Or bring up a friend of yours who had the same illness but benefited from a specific, treatment or therapy or strategy. You will never want to do that, okay? Resist this temptation, even though saying those things can helpful in terms of normalizing their experience, normalizing their experience and making them feel less alone. That can also have, unintended effect of pressuring them to get over it and minimize what they are feeling. And the second don't is don't use stigmatizing language. Be very careful when you are talking around your friend or even your family members who are having who are actually struggling with the mental health. Avoid using stigmatizing words like crazy, using clinical diagnosis in conversion, like saying, you are being so OCD means that someone is very well organized or looking for perfectionist. So check on your own assumptions around mental health issues or even professionals' mental health care and medication so that you are not causing your loved one unnecessary pain. So the third one is that don't take their behaviors personally, as in, people who are actually suffering with the mental health are often not linear or unpredictable or even predictable, right? Maybe your friends is less talkative in one day while you feel hurt or offended by their actions. Don't automatically assume that they are reflections of how your loved one feels about you. Instead, use their cues, as a moment to check in on them. Ask them what you can do to support them and remind them that you are here for them when and if they needed you. Okay. So to wrap this up, I can't emphasize more than, every one of us has mental health and don't simply judge others. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow.